B says, so we continue with solving for the MRP. So B says the table 3B. So this is table 3B, the one which is down here. It says table 3B shows the gross requirement and the projected resources at hand using the periodic order quantity POQ. Oh, no. This is C. B is this one here. The table 3B indicates the gross requirement and the projected resources at hand. Employing the economic order quantity model in the table format, determine the net requirement, the planned order release, and allocate the planned order release. Allocate the planned order release. The holding cost is 10 quarter per unit. The setup ordering cost is 1,000 per unit, and the lead time of 1 week. Further, calculate the total cost. Calculate the total holding cost, the ordering cost. If the cost is 10 quarter per week, setup ordering cost is 1,000 per unit, and the lead time is 1 week. So we calculate the total ordering costs, and so forth. So we've been given the table for B. So this is the table for B, economic order quantity table, this one. So we will start again, we'll draw the table. So we'll draw the table like the way we draw that our table. So we have week 1, we have weeks. So we have weeks. So I'll put weeks here. So we have weeks. So we have week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5, week 6, week 7, 8, 9, 10 at the far end there. So we have different weeks there. Then why have I missed the point? Okay, it's so we have weeks, we have weeks, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is much better now. So the first thing that we do here is that we have the gross requirement. So we have the gross requirement there. have the gross requirement there. We have these numbers there for 3,500, 3,000, so forth. So we need to write those numbers there. So we have 3,500, 3,000, we have 4,000, we have 0 there, we have 1,000, we have 4,000, we have 3,000, we have 0, we have 3,000, then we have 5,500. Then we have projected at hand. We have projected at hand there. So on the projected at hand, or remember, let me put it here also. So we have projected at hand. So projected at hand there. Remember, it's 6,500. It's not yet here. So no wonder I have cut it there. Then we are told to find the three things again. Remember, the one that we're finding is the same thing that we're finding here: the net requirement, planned order, and order release. So we extend the table there. Hope you are following through. Hello?
Very much. Very much.
Okay, so we have the net requirement. So we have the so I'll share the part which those that might have missed. There was the recording part I recorded. I'll share together with this one. So we have the net requirement there. We have the planned order release. Then we have the order release, which is the last one. So after we draw the table, the first thing that we do is that the gross requirement we are given, that's how it is. The projected at hand. So projected at hand, there is 3,500 there. So we are bringing this 3,500 here. This projected, the projected at hand is 3,500. So we are pushing that 3,500 here. Oh, okay, this is for the This is for the economic order quantity. So for the economic order quantity, on the projected at hand, we have year 1, I mean week 1 there's nothing, week 2 there's nothing, week 3 there's 4,300. You've seen that, eh? So there is 4,300. In the next week 00, week 6 there's 6,600. So there is 6,600. And then we have week 8 there's 6,900. Week 8 6,900. So we have 6,900. So those are the figures that are there. Some figures are already there in the table. I'm sure you saw them. So what we do here is that we push this 3,500 here on week 1. You see that, eh? So we push this in week 1, it's projected. So the projected comes in week 1. So when we push that here, we'll have 3,500. Here we'll have 0. Here it will remain like that. Here there will be 0. There will be 0, 0, 0, 0. You see that, huh? So on the net requirement, here it will be what we needed is 3,500. The gross requirement is 3,500. The projected hand is 3,500. So there will be 0 there. We've met what we needed to meet. Here in week 2, projected, the gross requirement is 3,000. Projected at hand is 0. So the net requirement will bring that 3,000 to come down here. So we have 3,000 here. In week 3, what we need is 4,000. That's what we need. What we need is 4,000. You see that, right? But the projected at hand is 4,000, 3,300 rather, 4,300. So what we need is just 4,000. So we've filled in, we've gotten already what we needed. So there's no need of having extra, because we've filled in what we needed is filled in. So on the net requirement to be 0, because we have already gotten what we needed. Then on week 4 it will be 0, because we don't need anything there. In week 5 it will be 1,000, because we don't have anything projected at hand. In week 6 again what we need is 4,000, so we don't need anything on the net requirement. We've already 6,000 is more than enough, so it will be 0. Here it will be 3,000. Here again in week 8 we don't need anything, but we have projected of 6,900, so it will be 0. Here it will be 3,000. Then here it will be 5,500. You see that, right? So on the planned order, remember this is the economic order quantity. So what we are finding for is for the EOQ. So EOQ. So for the planned order, we need to apply the formula for the economic order quantity. In order to get for the planned order, we need to find the economic order quantity. It changes a bit from lot to lot. So the formula for the economic order quantity to be EOQ is equal to square root of 2 is constant is part of the formula. Then we have CO G over the holding cost. So 2 is constant. Why we're saying that the CO is the ordering cost. The CO is the ordering cost. Why we're saying the D is the demand. Then the HC is the holding cost. So that's what those things mean on the formula. They put them in this comma box there for us to really appreciate. So the ordering cost is given from the question here, where it says that the setup ordering cost is 1,000 per unit. So that's what we have there as the 1,000 per unit. The demand. So on the demand, we need to find the demand. The holding cost, it's given from the question here again. It says the holding cost is this one here is 10 kwacha per unit. So the holding cost is 10 kwacha. But on the demand, so we need to find the demand. So the demand, remember we need to find the economic order quantity. 2, we already have the carrying cost or ordering cost is 1,000. The demand we don't know yet. We need to calculate the holding cost. This holding cost here, it's 10. So the demand, just allow me to write D as for demand, is equal to total gross, or total of the gross, or total gross. So this is the demand. We need to calculate 3,500 plus 3,000 plus 4,000 plus 0 plus 1,000 plus 4,000 plus 3,000 plus 0 plus 3,000 plus 5,500. So we need to calculate, this is the gross. These numbers here, we need to calculate them as the gross. That is the demand. So demand will be equal to, if you get your calculator there, if we add these numbers, I add these numbers on my phone to see what I will get. 27,000. So we have 27,000. So that's 27,000. Remember, these are 10 weeks. They are 10 weeks. So because there are 10 weeks, we need to find the average demand. So it will be average demand is equal to the total, which is 27,000 over 10 weeks. So I mean over 10 weeks, not 100 weeks, over 10 weeks. So the average demand will give us 2,700. So that's average demand 2,500. What we need to find is the annual demand for all the weeks. So the annual demand will be equal to demand times the total weeks. So 2,700 times 52 weeks, which will give us how much?
14,040.
So it will give us 14,400 here.
No, 14,040. Oh, no, you're right. 140, you're right, sorry.
So that is the annual demand. Then the holding cost is 10 kwacha per week. So also we need to find the annual holding cost. So annual holding cost, it will be equal to 10 times 52, which will give us how much? 520. So that's what we needed to find. So because now we have these figures, we can now find our economic order quantity. So it will be EOQ is equal to square root of 2 times the carrying cost there is how much? 1,000 times the demand, which is 1,40400 over the holding cost. So the holding cost is 520. Put those numbers on a calculator. The way they are, what is it giving you? It's giving me 734.8. So this 734.8, that's what we're going to put on the planned order. So on the planned order, it will be where there is a number. Here there's 0, we're not putting anything. Here there's 3,000, we'll put 734.8. So you need to demonstrate these calculations in case a question like this comes. If you don't demonstrate, you will not get it right. You need to show these calculations that are shown. So in it 4, there's 0, we don't put anything there. There's 0, we don't put anything. Here there's 1000, we'll put 734.8. Here nothing, here 734.8, here nothing, here 734.8. Even here 734.8. So on the order release, in the question we're told that the lead time is 1 week. So because it's 1 week, you need to order a week before. So this one, which is in week 2, we'll order it in week 1. So it will be 734 here, 0.8. Here, where it is in week 5, it will come in week 4. 734.8. 734.8. 734.8. Even here, 734.8. So that's how we needed to find for this. Hope it's clear.
It's clear. Just confirm the last two rows. The planned order is planned order receipts, and then the other one is planned order release.
In line with the question.
Okay, thank you.
So we're also taught to find the holding cost, ordering cost, and the total cost. So the holding cost will be holding cost is equal to projected minus demand there. I'll explain why I'm saying demand there. Demand there times the holding cost in the question. So in this case, the projected, what is the projected? Then this demand there, which I put there, then the holding cost in the question. So the projected, we calculate this projected. Remember, this 3,500 was projected, we don't calculate it, but we start from this. So we calculate these numbers, all these numbers here on the projected. Remember there we had 0, 0, 0, 0s. So here we need to calculate these numbers. What are we getting if we calculate 4,300 plus 6,600 plus 6,900? So we have 17,800. So now this demand here, this demand here, which I'm saying demand here, you see, here at the end of 10 week here, we have 5,500. You see that? At the end, only at the end, we have 5,500 and then we have 734. This 734 means that there is remaining, because we've not filled in only for the last part. That's what we've not filled in entirely. There's a remaining amount on the requirement instead of 5,500, but so we subtract 5,500 minus this 734. That is what that demand means. So it will be 5,500 minus 734.8, which is giving us how much?
4765.2.
Then the holding cost is from the question. How much is the holding cost? 10. So we have 10 there. So if you put these numbers on a calculator, our holding cost will be equal to 17,800 minus 4765.2 close bracket times 10. So that is the holding cost. And then the ordering cost. So the ordering cost.
Hello guys, yeah.
So the ordering cost will be equal to this formula here.
Ordering cost or setup cost
Times the number of orders. So we have setup cost times the number of orders. So the ordering cost will be equal to setup cost is how much? From the questions, setup cost is 1,000. No? This one here. So it will be 1,000 times the number of orders here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These we just calculate them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5. So it will be equal to 5,000. Then total cost. So total cost will be equal to holding cost plus ordering cost. So the total cost here will be equal to, this is 5,000. So it will be equal to 13,348 plus 5,000, which is giving us how much? Same 13. It's 1 point. So that was what was needed. So I'll share this video for this recording that we've covered here. It's more easy to start from a start to follow through.
So sorry, what did we? So we said for the holding cost,
Mm-hmm.
you said the holding or setup cost and the times 5. But getting 5 from where?
Times the number of orders. These are the number of orders. So we are counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remember?
Okay. So this one is different to in the lot. In the lot, we said holding order release. In EOQ, we say number of orders.
It's the same. The order. So we said the number of order release. So here we calculated. Okay, we said the. So we said the. Where is it? Here, ordering cost, setup cost times the number of order release. So we counted these. They are 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay.
I mean, not 10. They are how many? These? They are 7. So we calculated they are 7. So 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Remember?
Yes.
Okay, so that's what was expected for the economic order quantity. Let's go to the periodic order quantity. Then,
And the total holding cost.
mm-hmm,
Out of okay. Sorry, I'm
that
confused. Okay.
the total cost we found.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's clear.
So, Mr. Malam,
Mm-hmm.
these figures inside the table, under with 1, 2, 3, those are units, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, let's go to C. So C, here is the question for C. So in fact, we have been asked to find the same thing. So I've been asked to find the same thing, but so it says the table 3C shows this. The table, I'm reading this part. Which I've shared. C. The table 3C shows the gross requirement and the projected resources at hand using the periodic order quantity, the POQ model, and employing the table format. Determine the net requirement, planned order receipt, and allocate the planned order release. The holding cost is 10 quarts of a week. The setup ordering cost is 1,000 per unit, and the lead time is 1 week. Further, calculate the total holding and ordering cost. If the holding cost is 10 per week and setup cost ordering cost is 1,000 per unit, and lead time of 1 week, and deduce the optimal strategy in the case among the three models using A, B, C, and Y. So if you choose the best one, and that's which one is C. And why are you choosing the last one? I mean the best one. So to answer this question, we need to draw the table. So the table is here for this is for C. So we need to draw and then we add what we need to calculate because we've been told to calculate those things. So we have weeks. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1 we'll put it somewhere here. So week 1 is here. So we draw the table. So I'll share the part of the video for this aspect of this question, where it's starting from until the end, for those that I might have missed. So here we have the first thing is the gross requirement. So you write it in full. So the gross requirement we have projected at hand. So the projected at hand here is 3,500. We'll come to it proper. So we have the projected at hand here. And then we have the net requirement. Then we have the planned order with this. Then we have the order with this. So you draw that table. So on the gross requirement, we've been given the numbers are here. So we have 3,500. We have 3,000. We have 4,000. We have 0. We have 1,000. We have 4,000. Those numbers are given in the question. We have 3,000 here. We have 0. We have 3,000 and 5,500. And then projected at hand. On the projected at hand here we have 3,500. So that's projected at hand. Then here we have extra. On 3 we have 4,000. On 6 we have 7,000. Here we have 3,000. These are given already in the table. And then we have this is 3,000. Then here we have 5,500. So With that information we are given, we start filling the table bit by bit. So here we have, like, there's no number, so we put so we this projected 3,500, we push it in week 1. We're just projecting. So we have 3,500 here. Here there is 0, here there is 0, here there is 0, here there is 0, here there is 0. That's what it means. There are no numbers there. So on the net requirement, here there will be 0, because what we needed is what we are projecting, so we'll have nothing on the net requirement. Here we'll have 3,000, because what we need is 3,000, but we're projecting 0, so but we need this 3,000 here. Here in week 3, the projected is 4,000, what we need is 4,000, so there will be 0. Here there will be 0. Here there will be 1,000. Here what we need is 4,000, what we're projecting is 7,000, so we don't need anything anymore. So what we need is, so we'll just put 0 here, because we have already fulfilled what we needed. Here in 7 there is 0, 8 is 0. On the 9th there we have 3,000. Here on the 10th we have 0. What we needed is what we have gotten there. So on the periodic order, on the planned order release, we need to use the periodic order quantity to determine how many times we should move. So the periodic order quantity is equal to EOQ, economic order quantity, over average demand. So economic order quantity over average demand. So remember, these are the same numbers from the other question. These numbers are the same as the numbers that we were calculating, those on top there. They are the same numbers that we're calculating in 2. So what we need to do is, here we need to find the economic order quantity using the same process. So you need to show your calculations. You don't just have to pick the numbers. You need to show your calculations, how we found the economic order quantity. It's here in the video. These are the calculations for the economic order quantity. Even the annual demand, the average demand rather, here we had calculated here. It is shown how we calculated. I will share the video for us to follow through. So you need to show these calculations must be shown here. How we find the economic order quantity. So the economic order quantity we found already. So the periodic order quantity. So you need to show all the calculations. If you don't show calculations, you don't get marks for this part. But I already showed us how we found the economic order quantity. So is equal to the economic order quantity. We already found it here. So you use the same format that we used here. So it will be 734.8. So we have 734.8 over average demand. So the average demand also, remember, I already showed us how to find the average demand here. Here, I explained already. So which is 2,700. So we have 2,700. So if you put those numbers on your calculator, how much is the periodic order quantity?
0.272.
How are you?
So here there is this 0.02 something something. So if it was 1 or 2, we are going to move these weeks. This number was going to move somewhere here. These numbers are going to be moving in front, meaning we need to move these numbers by week. But since it's 0, so we're not moving these numbers anywhere. They will remain the way they are. That's what the periodic order quantity entails here. Like you should move it maybe a week ahead and so forth. But since it's 0 something, so there's no need of moving the numbers. So this, on the periodic order quantity, this is 3,000. Will just come here as 3,000. Here there's 0 here. We don't put any numbers there. Then this 4,000 will just remain there as 1,000. No numbers, and then there we have 3,000. So on order release, because it's 1 week, also according to the question, it's 1 week also. So this 3,000 will come in week 1. This one will come in the week before. This one will come in the week before. So we can find the holding cost. What is the formula for the holding cost? Projected times projected times the
Holding cost.
holding cost. So the projected, we add these numbers except for 3,500 because it was just projected. So we have 4,000 plus 7,000 plus 3,000 plus 5,500. What is it giving us? 19,500 times the holding cost is 39. So
Yes.
the holding cost will just be this. Okay. Then we also need to find the ordering cost. So the ordering cost, what is the formula for the ordering cost? So the ordering cost, it will be
it's a holding cost, setup cost times holding order release.
So setup cost times the number of order release.
Yes.
So in this case, it will be setup cost. How much is the setup cost? 1,000.
Yes.
Times the number of order. So here we have only 3. 1, 2, 3. Times 3. So it will give us 3,000. So what is the total cost? So we add total cost to be this 19 plus 3,000, which is giving us 198,000. So the question was asking, sorry?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. We didn't do that in part B.
We did.
Okay.
Total cost is here in part B. We did. I'll show you. It is here. We added the two costs. So when you, because the last question was asking us to deduce, and then we see which one is the best. We give the reason which one should be used when you are doing with the MRP. So we have A, which was lot to lot. Remember, which gave us 7,000. We had B, which was the economic order quantity. Which gave us 135348. Then we had C, which is the periodic order quantity, which gave us 198000. So the best strategy here is A. So the best strategy here is A, lot to lot. Why? Because it minimizes the costs. So it will minimize the cost. So you pick the one with the lowest. That is the best strategy.